now move over from the Middle East to the world of trade, where European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen emphasised the EU's need to diversify trade relationships, particularly with countries like India, Canada and Mexico, due to rising US import tariffs. Speaking at a conference with German business leaders, she announced the EU aims to finalise a trade deal with various nations. Let's take a listen in to what the EU President had to say.
Wir sollten aber auch bedenken, das ist mir sehr wichtig, dass 80% unseres Handels mit Ländern außerhalb der USA stattfindet. 80%. Und deshalb ist es so wichtig, dieses Netz an Handelspartnerschaften weltweit weiter zu spannen. Wir haben in den letzten 9 Monaten erfolgreich Abkommen abgeschlossen mit Mercosur, Mexiko, der Schweiz. Wenn man sich das Mercosur-Abkommen einmal anschaut, das ist ein Markt von 770 Millionen Verbraucherinnen und Verbrauchern. Das ist ein Viertel des globalen Produktes, des Bruttoinlandsproduktes. Das Abkommen wird dazu sorgen, dass die Ausfuhrzölle erheblich sinken. Zölle für die Automobilindustrie werden schrittweise völlig abgeschafft. 770 Millionen, das ist ein Markt, den wir uns erobern sollten.
We're now joined by Peter Cardillo. He's a chief market economist at Spartan Capital Securities, and he joins us live from New York. Thank you very much, Peter, for joining us here on the programme. Peter, how significant is Ursula von der Leyen's push to diversify trade away from US dependence? She there cited countries like India, Canada and Mexico. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think, that's part of retaliation in a sense that, trade deals still have to be announced by some of the major companies. And so we're beginning to see reaction from other countries. And we saw that with the BRIC nations. If you recall, when they had the Shanghai conference, they showed a united front. And I think at this point, perhaps the EU now is trying to do the same thing. And I think that serves not necessarily as a point, in fact, to move away from the United States. I don't think that's the case at all. But I think it sends a message to the United States that trade deals need to be worked out at lower levels. Otherwise, there are other options. Again, I don't think that this is a statement that indicates that either the EU or the BRICS nations or other nations are ready to pull out of the United States totally. I don't think so at all. I think that's, I don't want to say it's impossible, but I think it's certainly not doable because foreign nations need our trade as we need their trade. They need their products as we need our products.
Yes, Peter, many from the EU saw this deal as a very bad one. It was, of course, the US imposed a 15% tariff on most EU goods, with some excluded goods, including aircraft and generic pharmaceuticals, some, including steel and aluminium, remaining at 50% tariff. The big one, however, was the $600 billion investment in the United States by 2028. Do you think the EU is wise to be possibly looking at these other markets, given this trade deal and the criticism that it has got?
Oh, sure, I think so. But, again, I don't expect, and I've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it again this morning, that I don't expect these high tariffs to stick. And I expect that there will be lower tariffs coming into fruition. It's just a matter of time. And I think, the political aspect of the trade of the tariffs is probably nearing a high point, which means that somewhere along the line, these nations that have been hit with high tariffs will eventually make a deal with the United States. In particular, by the way, India.
Yes, thank you very much, Peter Cardillo, for joining us here on the programme. Absolute pleasure to have you on, as always. We now move on and back over to Europe, where US President Donald Trump met British Prime